I'm Lucas Adams. I'm the editor of New York Review Comics, and I'm going to be talking about a few of our upcoming titles. I'm really excited about these. Some old favorites, some we hope new hits. Let's get going. All right, first up, got Pretending is Lying by Dominique Goblet. This is one of our early books, finally in paperback. This is one that we were really pleased with the results. This was the first of our books that got a review in the New York Times. Sheila Heti writing, it is a rare gift to come across a book as tender, affecting, and complete as Pretending is Lying. This won the 2018 Scott Moncrief Prize for translation from the French, the first time a comic has ever done that. It's an amazing story. It's autobiographical. It's Goblet talking about her childhood, adulthood, sort of weaving back and forth between medium and paint and pencil, and sort of ranging across emotions and timescapes. It's really exceptional work, and it's how fundamentally unstable memory can be, and how sometimes we remember things one way, but they're another way. How imperfect our families can be, but how necessary they are. It's a book that really stays with you, and we're glad to have it in a very accessible paperback. Really, really looking forward to more people being able to read this one. Next up is All Your Racial Problems Will Soon End, the cartoons of Charles Johnson. Johnson is primarily known as a novelist. He won the National Book Award for Middle Passage, but this is a book of his cartoons. We first worked together on It's Life as I See It, Black Cartoonists in Chicago, 1940 to 1980, which had an essay and cartoon batch from Charles. And we talked about doing a book together of just his stuff, and he sent a lot of great material, just a box full of published and unpublished material, work from his book Black Humor, Half Past Nation Time, and the unpublished Lumps in the Melting Pot, as well as a lot of freelance work. And it's all very good. The era that Charles was drawing in the late 60s and early 70s, you had a lot of tired gag strip things, The Desert Island, The Lawyer, and things like that. And he took that format, very stale, and he populated it with bullet-dodging Black Panthers, doubt-filled Klansmen, militant babies, self-serving politicians, and complacent suburban liberals. And he tackled the real looming issues of the day, many of which still haunt us: segregation, inner city poverty, police brutality, and white supremacy. I think these are some of the best cartoons that we've published. I think Charles really remade the format of the gag strip, and nobody really noticed at the time. He went on to write and be a professor and kind of left cartooning as his full-time thing behind. So it's really exciting to bring all of these together into one place and sort of celebrate Charles as this truly great cartoonist with a really exciting body of work. We're really excited for people to see this. And now, Bungleton Green and the Mystic Commandos by Jay Jackson, with an introduction by Cheat Heater, the comics historian and journalist. Bungleton Green first appeared in the Chicago Defender before Jay Jackson took it over. Pretty throwaway gag strip. Bungleton was the butt of a lot of jokes. And then Jackson, who had been a railroad worker, a sign painter, a commercial illustrator, and had become the in-house cartoonist for the Defender, took over Bungleton. He paired him with the Mystic Commandos, a group of teenagers who were committed to fighting racism, crime, Nazism, and a whole host of other things. In their first adventure, they travel through time to meet George Washington and a version of the Devil that is Benedict Arnold, which is really exciting. Yeah, and it sort of gets even wilder from there. They fight Nazis, led in America by the villainous, the Monocle, fifth columnists who are willing to take the side of racism and fascism, Southern segregationist senators, and even a gang of villainous green men in the future who practice Jim Crow law against white men. It's a truly original, truly wildly creative strip. I have not really seen anything like this before. This volume also concludes with Bungleton being turned into the first ever Black superhero, which is incredibly exciting. It's just some of the most original adventure comics. It's exciting, and it offers a sort of both like hopeful and satiric take on the state of America in the 1940s. And it sort of fills in a lot of gaps and is sort of a testament to, and we're just, we really believe people are going to be excited about this one and look forward to Bungleton being elevated into a more prominent place in comics history. Last but not least, we've got W. the Whore by Anke Fuchtenberger and Katrin de Viers. This is a German comic. This comic only exists because the Berlin Wall came down. Katrin was visiting Berlin, saw a magazine at a newsstand with an illustration by Anke, wrote to her, asked if she wanted to collaborate. And for the last several decades, they've worked together on an immense body of work. most notably W the Whore, which is 3 books finally bound together and translated and bound together in this volume. W the Whore Makes Her Tracks, and W the Whore Throws the Glove. Each of these books sort of looks completely different. I'm just going to kind of go through these slides quick. We have the first volume here, kind of sketchy pencil. The second book, there's more texture, a lot more, almost like charcoal, and then even darker, wilder shapes in the third volume. It's a wild, weird book that sort of looks at what it means to be a woman, what it means to have the body of a woman, the rights and responsibilities of it, the ways you move through space. Katrin draws landscapes, empty tombs, abandoned rail yards, looming mountains, remote lighthouses. And W, the titular, W the Whore, moves through these landscapes, constantly changing shape. Anka was very intentional in making sure she never looks the same through the books. And they're profound works about what it means to be in a body, what it means to be a woman, what it means to interact with others, what your responsibility is. It's a really profound work of European comics, and we're really excited to publish it, promote it, and hopefully find it an audience. It's not an easy work, but it's one that we've already gotten a lot of feedback to and a lot of excitement about. So I'm really looking forward to people's responses on this one. Those are our titles. Thank you for giving this a listen. You are always free to email me with any questions. You can write to me at ladams, LADAMS, at nybooks.com, nybooks.com. Thank you for your time.